Losing weight is a tricky business. It's hard enough to shift excess kilos in the first place, but keeping them off is darn near impossible. Only 1 in 5 people manage to maintain a significant weight loss long term. So what's the secret to keeping a wobbly waistline at bay? It's something researchers in the United States are finding out. They've studied some 4,000 people who've lost 10% of their body weight or more, an average of 13 kilos, and kept it off for at least a year. And it seems just a handful of strategies was at the root of their success. Not surprisingly, eating patterns were critical. Almost all the weight loss winners ate a fairly low-fat diet and limited their overall intake to an average of around 7,500 kilojoules a day. They did this by avoiding high-energy foods, keeping a close eye on portion sizes, and sticking to a similar eating pattern regardless of weekends and holidays. Around half the group also counted kilojoules to make sure they stayed on track. Importantly, breakfast was almost universally eaten, and it wasn't a greasy fry-up. Cereal and fruit was the order of the day, supporting long-held advice that the right fuel first thing helps prevent binge-eating bouts later in the day. But don't count on fighting the battle of the bulge through diet alone. Virtually all the group relied on exercise as well, and about an hour a day was the norm. But it seems you needn't bust your gut, so to speak. A large number relied on nothing more sweat-raising than brisk walking. On the equipment front, though, there does seem to be one item that will give you a definite edge when you're watching your weight. Thankfully, it's widely available and won't break the bank. They say the pen's mightier than the sword at changing societies, and it seems it's a potent tool for changing individuals too. Keeping a written record of daily eating and exercise patterns was common among the weight loss winners, and it's thought this played a vital role in their success. After all, it's hard to ignore bad habits when they're there in black and white. But on the flip side, a diary can also help reinforce good habits. In fact, the simple act of tracking what you do, even if it's just from time to time, is a proven method for achieving lasting behaviour change. Most in the group also weighed themselves often, at least weekly and often daily. A practice, they say, allowed early detection of any small amounts of weight put back on, while the gains were still small enough to easily reverse. It's the first 2 years after achieving a weight loss that seem to be the riskiest time for stacking the kilos back on. If you can keep on top of things for that period, the evidence is clear. You'll dramatically increase your odds of keeping the weight off for good.